You folks aren't ready for this. The largest company in the world, Blackrock, decides how much XP is worth. Doesn't it sound crazy? But you don't know where XRP is going. A lot of people think it might cost 2,500 or even more. I promise you'll feel bad if you missed this movie. Let's begin right away. Not Bennett. XRP is getting a lot of attention again, but not just on crypto charts this time. XRP is back in the adding global giants like Shopify group and Intuit in the world's top 100 assets. It is now worth more than $182 billion on the stock market. A lot of people in the community have thought this for years, and this accomplishment shows them to be right. No longer is it just a risky possession. People are now talking about XRP when they talk about money, but BlackRock is getting a lot of attention right now. It is in charge of more than 10 trillion, making it the world's largest asset manager. More and more people believe that BlackRock might put out an XRP ETF. The market might change a lot if they do that. In simple terms, BlackRock XRP ETFs come and the floodgates are about to open. Is that clear? An exchange-traded fund ETF is a way to invest that lets people buy shares that reflect something like gold, tech stocks, or even cryptocurrency. Key is to make it easy to get to. It's easy for private and institutional investors to put money into assets through EF without actually owning them. For XRP, this means that huge amounts of money can now be put into crypto by pension funds, wealth managers, and other groups that may not have touched it before. That's why Levy's point is so important. It's possible that BlackRock will add tradable ETF coins to the blockchain. This is how crypto stocks and XRP are connected. BlackRock might decide to turn ETFs into tokens, which would be great, the XRP system. Blockchains aren't just for show. The XRP ledger was made to be used in real life for business purposes. It can handle large deals quickly as low fees and can grow at the institutional level. Tokenization is what connects the old and new worlds of business. Imagine having a small amount of Apple stock or real estate in New York. These things would be reflected as tokens on the blockchain, and people from different countries could quickly trade Kumo. That's what BlackRock wants to achieve. The XRP ledger is a good choice since it has an open market and infrastructure that is ready to go. There are big issues at stake. BlackRock will start adding real-world assets to the XRP system. When there will be a lot of money flowing through XRP, it will become more useful, and it could solidify its place as the foundation of tokenized banking. BlackRock doesn't just join a market, it changes it, right? Which is what we know from the past. Now it's even more exciting. There are people who believe this is just the beginning. The price of XRP could go through the roof in ways we've never seen before if BlackRock does something. What's going to happen next will not prepare you. Dominus set the tone with his tweet that got a lot of attention. Without a doubt, XRP is going to make the biggest green candle in the blockchain's history. A lot of people are excited about XRP, even though it sounds crazy. This is especially true since BlackRock will be a Ripple swell 2025. Ripple.Thankx believe XRP could rise by 127 if the past happens again. People in the market are shocked that BlackRock is at Ripple swell 2025. Could this be next big thing? Then there's John Squire, whose crazy claims have been making waves in the crypto world. He said more than just that XRP would hit 1,000. He did even more. Do you remember first told you that XRP would reach 2,000? Maybe too crazy. His case is interesting though, because it's not just talk. It has roots in the real world. And Bitcoin miners keep making new coins until the 21 million cap is reached. But when XRP first came out in 2012, all of its coins were already made. If 100 billion tickets are made, no more can ever be made. In Squire's movie, one expert said that they couldn't because the deal was over with 100 billion. The account that made XRP has been stopped, and so has any chance of making more of it. To put it another way, XRP works with a clear and steady lack of supply. A little over 50 on a 60 billion XRP are in use right now. Ripple has locked up the rest of them and won't let them out until a certain date. Because of this plan, the supply doesn't grow very quickly, and there is a level of control that you don't see in most crypto ecosystems. To figure out how much XRP can grow, analysts can also look at things like the number of real deals, the number of escrow releases, and the number of token burns. Let's be clear, though, if XRP reached 2,500, it would be worth more than 1 in 40 trillion, which is more than all of the world's largest stock exchanges put together. That's not even close to the truth. But even if those crazy high numbers aren't true, the conversation itself shows how XRP has grown from a speculative altcoin to an asset in a real financial debate. Remember that these crazy predictions are no longer just jokes. They're possible because of how the set supply works, ripe releases, token burns, and the number of real transactions that show how much XRP can grow. But let's be honest, the value of XRP would be over 140 trillion if it reached 2,000. This is more than the value of all of the world's largest stock exchanges put together. That's not even close to the truth. But even if those crazy high numbers aren't true, the conversation itself shows how sour from a speculative altcoin to an important asset in a real financial debate. Remember that these crazy predictions are no longer just jokes. They are possible because of fixed supply patterns and Ripple's list of across the world. Banks are moving toward using blockchain to power their operations and formulation of banks. XRP will never get a 127 1000 or 1/500. That much is certain. It could become one of the most valuable assets in the next part of global banking with the steps that are being taken right now. Let's talk about how Ripple works with other people. Now things get really interesting. Believe me, our best company is quietly taking over the world. What I'm about to show you is the most positive sign for XRP that we have ever seen. And in this quiet way, Ripple is making bridges in the world's banking system, which is where it really matters. It's the case of BBVA in Spain, which has grown its partnership with Ripple to give people the chance to keep their digital assets. One of the largest banks in Europe is BBVA. That's not what makes this important, though. What's important is that this is taking place under the new MiCA law in the EU. For the first time, banks can offer crypto services all over the European Union now that the rules are clear. This is what Kassir Kratatic, who runs Ripple's business in France, now that MiCA is up and running, banks are more likely to give their customers the digital goods they want. It's not enough to just follow the rules. It means that different groups can use it. A lot of people trust BBA. This means that when they start to store Bitcoin, Ether, and finally XRP, crypto will be a normal part of regular money. People no longer have to trust trades in other countries or risky third-party service providers. They can get to their digital goods through their bank right away. For mass support to happen, people need to trust each other and find it easy to use. Ripple isn't giving you this tech by accident either. The deal comes after BBVA bought the Swiss security company. BBVA was already a customer of that company in both Switzerland and Turkey. Going to Spain isn't just a way for Ripple to get a new market. It's also growing in Europe's banking system. Diego Morodo, who works at BBVA and is in charge of digital assets, talked about how important the move was. The bank can now directly offer a security service that takes care of everything and gives customers the peace of mind they expect from a big bank. In-care service is something you should pay attention to. Ripple's technology isn't just a side project anymore. It is the most important part of full-service banking. This is where XRP looks really good. Partnerships like this one speed up use all over the world by adding Ripple's technology to controlled banking systems. When people in Europe start using custody to store and trade digital assets backed by Ripple,